Are we on? Hi, okay, here we go. Well, we're going to unload the kiln, and we haven't looked inside, so this could be ugly, or it could be great. And the whole idea, I guess, is to step out on a limb and try something new and see where we can take it. So let's open this guy up and see what's inside. Okay, that looks nice, that plate. I fired a cone 8.5, I guess. Let's see if you can get a shot of this cone. This is on the top, and that's 8. These are, my idea was to go to cone 7, but when I thought about it, I wanted to fire my existing glazes and see how they looked in the kiln. There's the amber, which is on Zellastone clay on top of tile 6. Clay looks kind of blah, but we kind of expected that. So good, you have got 8 almost down, it looks like. And also the lid's cracked, and I didn't want any debris to get into the pot, so I put this little shelf over this plate, which I'm dying to get out. It looks pretty nice. Looks really rich. I did several slips. I'll have to look back on my notes. This looks pretty good. It's got a little more blue than I thought it would have. This might be the cobalt slip, black slip. But this is the double D with copper. This is with yellow iron oxide on top of the clear. The fit looks absolutely perfect. Of course, it's still warm, so it might crack a little bit. The back looks good. There's no crawling. Wow, cool. Okay, this is our amber. We saw that. Here's a problem. This is RJB on top of the porcelain, a thin porcelain pot. Hey, the clay looks pretty good. I think the porcelain looks pretty good. And it came off. I had trouble with this glazing it, so it's no surprise. Huh, it's interesting. Looks a little thin.
Is that underneath the clear? The brushwork?
Yeah, I think so. We'll have to look at the notes, but I think that's... This is the double D with yellow iron oxide, this amber color. These little accents I painted on there. Huh. Here's the alkaline glaze. That looks pretty, yeah. That's the home clay right there. I do believe. It's a little darker. I think it's, if my memory serves me right, the middle of this kiln was hotter. It was actually, cone 8 was down in the middle, below here. So it'll be interesting to see. That's nice and black.
Oh yeah.
It's rich. I believe that's the red art black slip that I mixed up. That's my 1% copper glaze, the glaze, which is, you know, it's melting. It's pretty nice. It's got a nice hardness. Not as hot as I'd fired in my wood kiln. But. Okay. Let's get this out of the way before I break it. Shall we see here?
The mystery.
These are all, put these all together. These are hot pots.
Yeah.
Nice ring.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like punky old home clay, doesn't it? Okay, here's, you take a look at that one, the alkaline glaze, which I actually wiped off some. It looked kind of thick. after the last firing. This was dipped and was supposed to be in Courtney's kiln last December, but the kiln firing where all the glaze ran off the pots. Okay. I'm gonna be careful not these things won't fall off. Hey. Yeah, 8's down. This tip definitely down. Looks like it pooled. That's the double D with copper. Looks like it pooled a little bit on the bottom, doesn't it?
Yeah, the copper.
And that's the RJB on top of the porcelain. Looks like it's coming off. So that might need to be fired. That might need to be fired again, or in between dipping and glazing. Here's some swirl. That's kind of interesting.
Oh, is that your?
I like the way the red dirt underneath the porcelain there is coming through. It's so rich. This is the home clay with the porcelain.
Mm-hmm.
Porcelain being the main part of the pot. That's not bad. Huh. Got a little blue still in that. We'll have to look at the notes. Here's our test piece. Huh. Wow. That copper really likes to move, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a generous application.
And there's our different saturations of blue, but it looks like the rich one. We'll have to look at the notes. But that's
down.
pretty here. That's pretty nice there, where it's running into. It's kind of got some almost atmospheric effects, huh? So this must be light, medium dark, or light, heavy.
Yeah.
Whatever our percentages are. Look at that painting, John Simmons. Why not paint the inside? Excellent job.
Man, I think the application there was a big flaw. It was a little too thick from the hands of the apprentice.
There's that 1% at cone 8, which still looks about the same. It's not much difference.
Yeah.
We could maybe flex that down a little bit. Check this one out. That's pretty nice. I think I need to I'd like to see that black slip move a little bit, you know? Almost get a little bit of movement.
Pinging.
That's kind of alarmingly white in there. It's going to take some getting used to that. Maybe you'd be fine after you use it for a while. This is pretty. I like the watercolor effect of that slip. It's looking all right.
Yeah.
Solid. This is the copper double D with copper.
Mm-hmm.
This is the lug. This is a lug. I think this is the lug slip. LUG. Okay, let's keep going here. Oh, I like that. I like the green. And that's a nice color, I think. Nice tone. Huh. That's the copper brushed on. So I dipped it in the clear glaze, and then I brushed on a thin layer of the copper.
Of the concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks all right. It's maybe a little bit better than the. This is the glaze. This is poured in.
Glazed.
It's too thick.
Yeah.
It was already too thick. I should have known. Here's a. That's looking. I like the watercolory kind of thinness of the slip. It looks good. New work, that's for sure. It'll take some getting used to. Here's some blue, and some. This is the iron double D, with addition of iron, I think. Wow, it's gonna require some getting used to. Some playing. Maybe I should play around with that watercolor or the thinner slip and the thicker slip. I think that's interesting to me. But it still needs some color or something. Hey, this is the first fire. We've got lots of more porcelain in there to glaze. I like that. Maybe work on that. Okay, let's get some more pots out of here. And then the bottom's, I think, a little cooler. The L&L performed though. Oh, look at that halo of
Yeah.
the vines. You got
The typical e-glaze.
okay, let's see what we got down here. Oops. Careful of these bricks sticking. Okay.
It's nice.
Huh.
Did you have any of your cobalt swirl, or is that top secret?
Oh, John. No, that has to be bisque fired. I need to bisque fire that today. Maybe we'll put them in the bisque
You
kiln.
can edit that out, I guess.
I like the swirl. I don't know. This one's kind of a dumpy shape. Some cracks. I think I need to work on something like that. Okay, this is our top shelf. Let's put this. I guess we have the record on the tape. We can look back and see what was where. Crack. I haven't seen a lot of cracking. Doesn't go all the way through. I guess that's okay. I don't know. Craftsmanship. This is on top of the glaze. Looks like it's not quite hot enough. It's got some bubbling. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
This is on top of the... It's going to take some getting used to this white.
It's white.
It's pretty white. I might want to
color
look
of
at
porcelain.
tinting the glaze just a little bit, maybe with something. Give it a little bit of a color. I guess that's what our tests were all about. Huh. I like the brushiness of it. That's nice. That's subtle. Okay. I want to see this pot. Speaking of brushiness, this was when I tried to smear up a little bit and mess up. I like that. It's kind of more expressive, maybe. That's nice. That little dry brush. I guess what I'm thinking is that the black slip in this condition is so so sharp in contrast. Maybe it needs a little more subtlety like that. There's a little mistake that I wiped up and messed and couldn't quite get the black off the clay. It looks all right. That's all right. That's kind of nice scale, brush strokes. Okay, we got one more. Oh gosh. How the hell did that get in there? Didn't know I was a magician, did you? Oh, that's kind of nice. I think I should do more of that. I like the way the copper sort of is fading into the glaze. That's nice. Look at that blue. That must be where it's overlapping. Copper's overlapping the slip and really turning blue. Look at that blue. That's pretty amazing. I didn't use any cobalt. The cobalt version of our glaze. Yes, I did. This one has cobalt. These little blue, these little stripes of blue, that's the cobalt. So it doesn't look too dark. Actually, I thought it would be more, I thought it would be darker.
It's the...
Here it is. It's got a little bit of purple. Is that just my eye?
That looks a little purple to me.
A little purplish to it. That's a little bit severe. Well, there you go. We'll sleep on it.
Yeah.
Make some notes. We'll be on to the next one. Maybe this weekend. I'll fire another one.